Welcome to another beautiful morning in the SBP. I am your boy Prime. I hope all is well with you. Source should be checking in here in a minute, but we checking in. This is the last Sunday before the NFL season starts, so we are going to get it in. We're definitely gonna get it in today. We're gonna talk. We might touch on a little football, just a little bit, but mostly this is going to be hip hop as we explore 1990. We're gonna make some mixtapes, and we're also going to touch on a little WNBA. But before we get into that, there is the homie Source. What is good, bro?
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Feeling okay. Feeling okay. It's a nice day outside. Got a couple of days off. I think wife and I are gonna get out here in it just for a little bit later on today because it's just too nice. But hey, it's it is what it is. What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing, man. Got me down. Wife bringing home them work germs, bro. You got me.
Whoa!
I don't even get sick like talking about it, but
those be the worst ones. Those be the worst ones when you're a person like me who don't hardly ever get sick, like and then you get sick, you're like, this got to be something serious if it's happened to me.
Yeah.
So I get it and I really understand, bro. Like, wow. Hope you feel better. You take any meds or anything? Like,
bro, my wife be handing me whatever meds are nearby. Sudafed, Theraflu, Tylenol. It don't even matter. She just be handing me stuff, so I just take it.
Just take what it is.
I'm taking anything today, which I need to probably do.
Gotcha, man. We definitely hope you get on the up and up soon enough, man. Soon enough. So yes, I was talking to you before we actually came in. So you said you was in the bed yesterday, man.
All day.
All day. What, man? You look. You was you was down like Bama.
I was down like Bama, struggling.
Down like Bama. I wonder, is the tide still rolling? Man, that's what I need to know. Is the tide still rolling?
Well, I gotta think they're not. At least not right now. They had to put a pause.
And I don't care that they're not. See, and it was a beautiful day. Beautiful day, man. Like we always talk about our weeks, but it was a beautiful day for me yesterday, man. It's like two things. Number one, in one of my most important drafts, one of my homie hosts, my son and I ended up with the 1-2 pick.
Wow.
So yeah, in that draft. So not that I have to have a high pick to be successful in the draft. I got strategies for every point, but he was so graciously didn't draft Jamar Chase yesterday. He took Bijan and they left him there for me at number 2. So I got to do something special for my son. I got to do something special for him. I don't know what I'm going to do. I buy him some lunch or something. But he ain't had to do it. I ain't asked him to do it, but I think he kind of knew. It was what was on my heart.
Right.
So I got to take care of the young man. I'm gonna buy him lunch or something. Big nice lunch or something today.
Very kind of him. Very kind of him.
Yeah, and then of course Florida State Seminoles went out there and someone shocked the world yesterday. I mean, it was Bama, and then of course it was the fact that after what we went through last year, we didn't know what to expect, and them boys handled business yesterday, man. Shout out to Castellanos, man. This man was talking mad trash, you know what I'm saying, this summer and over the weeks about us giving it to Bama. And he signed that check and then the people helped him, helped him cash it. So
yeah, can't be mad at that. That's love right there, man. Shoot. Salute. I ain't watched none of the game. I ain't watched not one single second of football yesterday. I was asleep, but yeah.
I feel you. It happens, man. I don't blame me. Some games on today. Shout out to the games later today, too. My bro, it's all love. My man, Randy Dark, is his Notre Dame team going to take on the U later. So that's going to be crazy. That's the game of the day or the night or whatever. That's the game. Yeah. So, folks, I'm looking forward to that. Not only because I want the U to lose, hopefully. Right? Just because the U is in our, they're in the conference, it's the U, but also because that's my bro. Not that I don't got homies that I'm cool with that's Miami fans, but Randy is family. So Shout out to his brother Rook, because he's a Seminole just like myself. So that ought to be fun. That ought to be fun to say. And I'm hoping for a big day from Jeremiah Love. I'm probably not gonna get it, the running back in Notre Dame, because just before you and I came on, I was checking my college fantasy league that started yesterday, and I'm down 23 points, bro, on the opening week. So, and the kid I'm playing didn't have any players left, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but it would be nice if Jeremy Love could break off some nice yardage and get in the end zone a couple of times. Maybe I can get me 24 some kind of way.
Hold on, Prime. You in a college fantasy, Joe?
Yeah, man, it's got to be. It don't seem like it's been that long, but we probably going on about 10 years.
Dang.
Yeah. Shout out to the homie Scott Tengen, man. Like I say, that's the kid I play in the auction league as well. That when we go live, like I did a couple of weeks ago, he also run that joint, man. So I need Jeremiah Love to do something for me, or I'm gonna open up this season 0-1. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Word.
But yeah, man. Let me hit this joint here. But other than that, man, you got anything else you wanted to hit up? Because I think we're gonna. I was trying to figure out, was we gonna talk about the ladies first or the hip hop. I think we're gonna do the hip hop first, because the ladies is not gonna be as long. We've been handling business with this hip hop, 1989. So I think we're gonna do the hip hop first, and then we'll tail it off with the ladies in case any other quick sports hits come up before before our last show before the NFL season. You got anything you wanted to share, talk about at this moment?
Nah, man. I mean, I went to the Ski Beast was in town on Friday.
Okay.
It Producer Lounge did a beat cipher. Well, beat cipher. The Producer Lounge did a producer showcase, and producers from I think Maryland and 757 came through, and the guest was Ski Beats. Ski Beats from Reasonable Doubt fame and Camp Low and all that. So he did a set. The crowd went crazy. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. I saw a bunch of people I hadn't seen in like 10 years. So that was fun. I'm glad I went. I'm paying for it, I guess, but I'm glad I went.
Yeah, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Man. But let's get into it, man. The year is 1989. It's a good year for me. That was the year that I actually, that's my year I graduated. So I'm 1989. And so going back and looking at these songs and the albums that came out brought back a lot of memories for me. Just from writing that era, the era from leaving high school and going into college. So a lot of these albums really hit home,
Right.
And there's a couple of them that I actually forgot about, because when I hit you, I was like, are we going to do 15 or 20? I was like, man, we can actually do 15 for real, because it's not that many, blah, blah, blah. But when I looked at it, album-wise for me, might not have been super duper strong in totality, but I remember that a lot of these albums had 3, maybe 4 joints that I was absolutely crazy about, like some of the same albums. I said, we can make this work. We can make this work. So I said, heck with it. Let's go ahead and do the 20 for 1989. So that is absolutely, without a doubt, what we are going to start with. And you'll see here, faded in the background, just a couple of you may or may not be able to see them. There's just a handful of some of the albums that came out then. So I'm sure we will mention just about, if not all of these. We may or may not, but like I said, I don't know what all the sources. I know some of his favorites that are in this picture that's faded in the background, but I don't know all of them. So, so we're gonna see, man.
That's dope right there.
Yeah, we are going to see what we come up with, man. All right, so ain't no need in playing around with it anymore. It's 1989, and we want to start today. You want to go? You want me to start, kick this thing off? All right, for me, you know me, I'm coming out swinging. Well, I feel I'm swinging anyway. I don't care who else like it or don't like it. But probably my favorite album, my favorite song from one of my favorite albums that year, one of my favorite albums in the 80s, and probably my favorite overall album by this particular group. So we're gonna go with Eric and Parrish Making Dollars, but my first song is going to be The Big Payback.
Big payback. Can't get
Yo,
mad at that. Can't get mad
love
at
that.
that.
That's my. I know with some other songs is, it's a little more notable. A couple of joints, definitely one joint that's more notable. But for me, that's my favorite song on that album. So I started off with The Big Payback. Bro.
Can't be mad at that. All right. I'm going obvious. And that's just the way it's going to be. Easy, breezy, special ed. I got it made.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every time I look at that album cover, I sit and I think about it. This joint is that long? And that old? You know what I'm saying? Like it's been that long ago? Still a jam, though. Still a jam.
Yep.
A lot of hip hop heads can quote some or most all of that song close to word for word when they come on, or they have their favorite, 2 or 3 lines in it. So you can't go wrong with Special Ed, and I got it made. Fire pick. I'm gonna go, which I feel is obvious as well. I'm gonna flip. I ain't gonna go super obvious shit. I'm gonna flip it a little bit. I'm gonna go to the ladies. I'm gonna go with the Queen Latifah, man. Wrath of My Madness is my joint. Yeah, I think Live be spitting hard on this joint. And plus the beat and the production is fire as well. But I can never turn this album on. If I'm not gonna listen to the whole album, which I have plenty of times, I have no problem with the album. I'm gonna get this in before I hit the stop button.
Word. I get that. Since you went to the ladies, that was Wrath of My Madness. Since you went to the ladies, I'm gonna follow suit and go to the ladies. This is
I know what it is. Pretty sure.
This is the one song that MC Light says she didn't write. I know we talked about the verse from Self Destruction and her and LL writing it together, or LL writing it, whatever the case was, but she said she didn't write Cha Cha Cha. But it's on my list, so Cha 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 it is.
Fire. Visiting time, I think, is on a Sunday, but notice they only get one day to shine. The rest of the week is mine. Fire. And I knew you were going there because that was my next, or actually where I had it. But I knew I said, so I said, letting that one get away. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. More Dopeness by MC Light. But since you went there, I'm gonna go to another song that I like on the album a whole lot. And I'm not just doing it as a filler. I like the song a whole lot, and that would be "Stop, Look, Listen."
Stop, look, listen.
Yep.
Yeah, a bunch of them joints could be on the list for real. A bunch of the MC Light eyes on this songs could be on the list. There's so many joints. Where am I going next? I'm gonna go with the group that you started off your 1996 list with. Also, make sure you send me that other joint. I want the other joint with the background. That was fire.
Which one? The background.
The picture.
I got you.
Yeah, more. But yeah, the group you started off 1996 with. Your first song was "Stakes Is High," I believe. De La Soul. So I'm going with "Potholes in My Lawn."
Fire. I like it, Source. I like it. Dun, dun, dun. I like it. And it's funny, and I didn't do this on purpose, but my next one is also De La Soul, and it was me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I is the track for me at number 4.
Okay. All right. Let's see where we are. I think I'm gonna go off the beaten path of singles with an album cut from one of the best albums ever. This album was before the artist was in a car accident, which led to a surgery where he lost his voice. Going with the DOC. Let the bass go.
Yes, sir. Drop it.
It's my joint.
I ain't see that. Look, I saw that coming probably on one of our lists. I just ain't see it coming when you dropped it, man. But that's fire. I like it, man. I like it. You know the DOC was gonna get much love here today, and he is.
Yep.
He's gonna get much love here today. Next up for me, I got to go with Cool G rapping them again. We didn't talked about them a couple of times, but Road to the Riches. Yeah, Road to the Riches for me is obvious. Had to be on my list, man. So Road to the Riches.
Bird.
That's what I'm going with.
I like that. I like that choice. I'm gonna go with a guy who actually just dropped an album on Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Just dropped the album on Friday. I don't know. I love this song. It's a couple songs off the album that I love in particular. But I'm gonna go with this one. It's the man we all know and love. They call him Kwame with the polka dots and all that. I'm going with the rhythm.
Did you come here for something funky that happened? So
yeah.
Okay. I can tell.
I can tell. Right.
All right. Have you listened to the album yet?
I haven't. I
haven't either. I've heard the one single. Yeah.
The only thing I listened to on Friday was West Side Gun.
Right.
Hills Have Eyes 2. That joint's fire too. That joint fire. But I was sick all day yesterday, so I ain't listened to anything. So I'm gonna get to it next week. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna be out and about for a little bit today, so I might let that Kwame spin a little bit to see how it sounds. But I've only heard the one single, which I do like the single.
Right.
So, next up for me, so you went with Special Ed early, so I'm going with Special Ed right now. You went with some fire. I'm going to go with another joint that is fire to me, and it'll be Think About It. So that's what it's going to be for me. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, by Special Ed. That's what I'm rolling with.
Okay. Can't be mad at that. I thought you were going somewhere else. Thought you were going with another Special Ed joint.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with the group that you mentioned earlier. 2 songs. I don't know which one I want to go with. I'm going with this one. Off the Beaten Path again. It's EPMD. Please listen to my demo.
Whew. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I mentioned to you before how that was one of my favorite songs. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Everything about that song. Nice pick, Sauce. That was definitely a nice pick.
Appreciate it.
All right. I'm going to go to a group. I don't think we've mentioned this group in any of our mixtapes. I do believe there was a year. If we mentioned them, I might have mentioned them. I don't think we did. But anyway, if you love harmonic and melodies and all that, then you were a fan of this group. And I'm going to go with Funky for You by Nice and Smooth.
That is on my list.
Dizzy Gillespie played the sax. Got to go with it.
Yeah, man. That was my joint on my list from Nice and Smooth. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm just gonna mention this song. It's not on my list. So I'm just mentioning it. just because neither of us are gonna pick it, but I just want to say it. Shout out to Def Jeff. Give it here. Don't say that. I
Oh,
just want to say that. I just want to say that. That was my joke for a minute, but it's not on my list.
let me ask you this. Well, I'm
What's
gonna
up?
cut you off, but do you have any other Def Jeff on this list?
I don't.
All right, well, cool. I just want to give a quick shout out to dropping rhymes on drums, and because I had that just floating out there. That was my joint. But okay.
Yeah, love that. Love that. All right, let's see. Man, I need some more songs. Sheesh, I need some more songs. All right, I'm going back to my guy, the DOC,
Go ahead.
but the obvious is funky enough.
Okay. Okay. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Next up, then. Hey, got to go with Smooth Operator by Kane.
Yeah,
Got to go with Smooth Operator.
sitting right there on my list.
Yeah, got to go with it. Let me see.
All right.
So let's see what's here.
I'm gonna go ahead with my other EPMD joint. That's two songs by two different artists already out of the first 8. But I got So What You Saying.
Mhm. So what you saying? Dun, dun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Strong. Strong. What I'm gonna do here, because I had to jumble a couple of joints, which I knew I would. That's why I had to come with the backups. So you went with It's Funky Enough,
Yup.
which would have been my next joint, but I'm gonna stay on that same album for a joint where I think DLC gets crazy on. He just was out of his mind when he was spitting. And I'm gonna go with Portrait of a Masterpiece. Yep. Portrait of a Masterpiece is my joint. Then I can come back to I am good, buddy.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with Heavy D and the Boys. Well, Heavy D. Got a couple choices, but I'm gonna go with We Got Our Own Thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-dee.
Sir. Yes, sir. Much love for the Helpster. I like it. I like it. What does that leave me? So I just went with Portrait of a Masterpiece. Oh, so next up for me, I'm going right back. I know you're gonna be like, you got these dudes not only twice, but twice in the first 10. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna go with Nice and no, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Cool G, Rap and Polo again, but I'm gonna go with Truly Yours.
It's
So
Truly Yours.
Yeah. I gotta make sure Truly Yours at least gets on the list. So that's where I'm going. Truly
Okay.
Yours.
Can't be mad at that at all. At all. Okay, I'll go over to one of my favorite MCs. He was part of a collective, but I mean, it was really him. It was all him.
Yeah.
But the Ghetto Blueprint album from Boogie Down Productions. I'm going with Why Is That?
Why is that? Strong.
Yeah,
Strong. Another person that we brought up several times on these mixtapes. The great KRS-One.
For sure.
My next one is going to be from an artist who is Actually, KRS-One has worked with members in his crew on more than one occasion. Now, this particular person may never see the light of day again from some unfortunate incidents that popped off in his career. He and another MC. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Cool C. I Gotta Have It.
I gotta have it.
Yeah, that was my joint. I Gotta Have It was my joint.
That's good. That's good right there.
That's a house party joint right there. Gotta have it. It's like a disease. If it changes, it cease. So,
You going with I gotta have it. I'm gonna go with I go to work.
whew, man, thank you. I want to thank you because that joint been jumping around on my list for a minute, and I was like, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna take it. Nah, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna do this. I'm glad somebody said it because I know people got their feelings on whether or not they like Mo D, how much they like Mo D, but man, that man get paid, like you said, get paid to rock the nation. Work.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
works like a doctor.
Yeah. Plus, I like the 007 joint in the video, though. Being a James Bond fan growing up, still watch some of them joints, man. Yes, shout out to Source for picking that one. Saved me there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up, I'm going right back to EPMD. It would have been So What You're Saying, but dopely, you already picked it. But you know what joint that I kind of like, though? I like low key. Gotta go with Total Chaos. Or Mass Confusion.
Can't be mad at that.
Last one was for E. This one's for the. Yes, sir. We're going with Total Chaos.
Total Chaos.
Yep.
What was the name of that group I always bring up? That was them dudes, the other dudes from Bird. Organized Chaos or something like that.
That was
something
chaos. Yeah, it was Chaos.
Yeah.
Danny, Rondell, shout out to I texted Danny the other day. Matter of fact, Danny is in one of the SBP. He's in the SBP free group, matter of fact. The free football league. Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I keep looking at this song, but I'm like, it can't be in my top 20. Maybe it is though. I'm going back to Kwame with Sweet Thing.
Woo! Nice. Next up for me, I'm gonna go Step Into the AM.
Dun, 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 dun.
And shout out to Pete Nice and MC Search. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Step Into the AM.
So you remember when I went to New York a couple years ago?
I
ended up going to the Hip Hop Museum that was being built.
Yes.
So the founders of that, I don't know if the founders is the right word, but the people behind that museum are, what is my man's name? I forgot his name from Vanglorious. This is protected.
Professor X-Clan?
Huh?
Professor
X? From X-Clan. From X-Clan, but I can't think of his name.
Professor X, Brother J.
Nah.
Not Brother J. The other guys who speak all the time.
What is his name?
I feel I know you talking about.
What? Oh, shoot. Anyway, him, and Pete Nice are the people behind the museum.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Yep. You know, they have you seen the show on TV? I can't think of the name of the show. I've seen several episodes where they go out and try to get artifacts and or things for the museum.
No.
You never seen that?
No.
What is the name of the show? I'll see if I find it for you. I've probably seen at least maybe 5 episodes, maybe. But it's a dope show because they go out and find stuff for the museum. So there's an episode where they go out and they reach out to who they reach out to. LL's there. My man DJ Hurricane. DJ Hurricane, they reach out to DJ Hurricane on the joint to try to get some memorabilia, and they go out and he got a lot of stuff in there. They got jacket, got DMC's jacket in there. I think they were talking about getting some stuff from Jam Master Jay. It's dope. You got to see it, man. They even got a joint DMX, and they back talking to with his first, I guess she was his first wife, and then she was showing clothes. Biggie, go back and talk to Biggie's kids, Biggie's son.
I don't know how.
And they got it's AMC. I'm gonna find it for him and let you know. But it's pretty dope, man. They actually go back to their houses, like they go to the crib, and they're in the house and people pulling out artifacts and old tour jackets and things like that, and then also shows them when they get the stuff to the museum. Yeah,
that's dope. No.
Yeah, man.
Paradise from X-Clan.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
So you said step into the AM.
Step into the AM.
All right. I'm going back to my homie MC Light. And I could choose one of like 4 songs. I might go with 3 songs from MC Light for real. I'm gonna go Cappuccino right now though.
Word up. Well, staying in the movement with the ladies, got to go with one of my favorite diss tracks, even though it's hard to find the original anymore because time has passed and folks are friends now and all that. So it's hard. And this is a song where a young lady disses a particular group, but it's all love now. So most time when she performs it, you don't hear her say the diss part when she's dissing the group. But I'm gonna go with Roxanne Shante. Have a nice day. Love that joint, man.
Okay.
KRS-One, you need to go on vacation with their name sounding like a whack radio station.
Yeah.
After Skylar Rock, you should be ashamed when Tila Rock said it's yours. He didn't mean his name. Yeah. Step back peasants talking all that junk, or else BDP will stand for broken down punks. Yeah. Then she gave a shout out. What she say, Source? Because I'm an all-star that's like Julius Erving, and Roxanne Shante is only good for steady serving.
Yep.
And you know where that verse come from, because KRS-One said she was only good for steady something else. So yeah. Have a nice day was that joint.
Word. All right. I'm gonna go back. You hit Big Daddy Kane up earlier. I'm coming back when I get the job done myself.
Whew. Kane. I like it, man. Good pick. And I'm gonna jump back with the ladies one more time. Oh hell, the queen. But the joint that started it all, I'm back to my VCU days when people was out there with the crazy haircuts, dyeing their hair, and dudes really could dance.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with Dance For Me. Queen Latifah, baby. Shout out to Mark the 45 King.
Right. Dance to the music.
Yeah.
That's all right. Where we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I think I just hit 15.
You did. You hit 15. So I'll go with number 15. Number 15 on here. Excuse me. Because I love Hall & Notes.
I already know. Dope.
I'll go back to De La Soul.
Yes,
sir. Go.
Yes, sir. I was listening this morning, matter of fact.
Oh, yeah.
No, we listened to it last night, actually. That was my friend and stuff. But yeah, dope. All right. So that is your pick. So if we're going to do that, I am going to go back to the DLC. I'm gonna go with grand finale.
Good
You know
one.
what I'm saying? Uppercut, I do a mother walk by. Yes, sir.
Yep. That's a good one right there. That's a good one right there. All right. I go LL Cool J one time, walking with the Panther. Jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby.
Nice. And I think I mentioned to you before, that is my favorite version of it. Not the
Oh yeah,
Marley joint. I have nothing wrong with the other joint, but that's the version that's on Walk with the Panther is the version I like best. The original version.
Word.
Yes, sir. So cool. So my next show would have been Potholes, but no, never fear. Never fear. I got something else. That just allowed me to go back to Nice and Smooth once again with no delay.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like if I come up with 4 more songs, I'm just gonna be throwing 3. How many songs? 4 more, 3 more songs. I'm just gonna be picking. Not just no. You know what? I know, cause I got MC Light, hot. Shut the fuck up.
Like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So if we're gonna do that, what I want. You know what? I got. Let me go with Jack of Spades, baby. Go with that Jack of Spades, KRS-One, BDP.
The Jack
It's always time for. It's always time for a good comedy rewatch of. I'm gonna get you, sucker. I ain't had a good laugh in a minute, so yeah.
Dang.
Can't be stuck.
Can't be mad at that. All right.
So I got 2 left. Yep.
I don't know why. I keep thinking this song came out in '89. This don't sound right.
What? Jack of Spades?
No, my song that I'm getting ready to
Oh.
say. Antoinette, who's the boss?
Yeah. So yes. And it always catches me because I have to remember that I have to go back and remember when I actually bought the album and then when she first hit the scene.
Right.
Because in my mind, my first thought initially is always that I got an attitude. And I said, no, it's not. And I said, because I remember hearing I got an attitude in like 10th grade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be before then. But I always associated because it was a time period before she had her first hit and before she actually got a record.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll go with that.
I didn't know you was feeling that, John. I ain't never know how you felt about Antoinette. I always thought Antoinette could have and should have been a little bit bigger.
Right.
But I got an attitude. Is definitely one of them. That joint is fire itself. You just, but that's like I said, that was like 86, I believe, 86, 87. So yeah, but who else? That's right. This is tough because you snagged a couple of mine, but you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Glamorous Life. Bring Cool C back.
Ooh, you got it.
Yeah. The Glamorous Life.
Man. So I was just looking around, trying to decide what I was going with. Why is Vinny Mojica? Like, how old is Vinny Mojica for real? Because she's everywhere. She was on this Jungle Brothers album that I'm about to grab a song from. Not that song, but I just see her name. I'm like, dang. But anyway, I'm going with JB's Coming Through.
JB. Thought you go on the I wanna do you. Nah.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that brings me down to number 20, right? Ooh, this is a tough one. Which one do I well, I done gave the Queen a couple of joints already, but I love those. But I didn't gave this group a couple. Well, you have two. Nah, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna go with EPMD to finish it off. Number 20 would be Knick Knack Paddywhack.
I
My
was sitting here
style's
looking at that
aggressive
jump.
like a pit bull terrier. The harder it sounds on wax, the more the merrier. Yes, sir.
I was sitting here looking at that jump.
Knick Knack Paddywhack. Yes. Even though he spelled bird wrong, it don't matter. It's still fire.
Yeah, you just gotta let it be. Just gotta
Let it be. That joint. Look, I wonder how many people to this day, hip hop fans, have caught that. It's just like on Friday, catching the dude and Craig's girlfriend in the bed in the back. You see him? You feel me?
Yeah.
How long before you caught that? Have you ever caught it?
Good point. I like that. All right, what's my last song gonna be? It was about to be that, but Prime has snatched that one up. So, I'll go with the formula.
Yes,
I'll go
sir.
with the formula.
Yes, sir.
The DOC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just curious, and we're not gonna pick the list. I'm just curious. How much of a chance do you think that DOC and possibly EPMD gonna make our top 10 list?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think
I thought you were gonna say make the list multiple times.
Think it's a shot?
Most definitely.
No doubt. That top 10 list we talking about, y'all. We're gonna do that Wednesday over on TikTok on Sources page, like we always do. But yeah, I'm just curious. Let me tell you something funny before we run through these. So, because I knew this was one of the ones that we was gonna be probably sniping each other a lot. So
right.
Let me show you I'm just gonna tell you real quick the first maybe 6 of my first 6 replacements I had just to be safe, right? Jingling Baby.
Yep.
Which you picked. No Delaying, which I picked.
Mm-hmm.
Glamorous Life, I picked. I Go to Work, which you picked.
Yep.
Please Listen to My Demo, which you picked.
Yep.
And the other one I mentioned, but you didn't have on your list, but I decided not to go with it because you gave a shout out as well. But it was Dropping Rhymes on Drums by Def Jeff.
Right.
And then my 7th, if anybody cares, would have been the man we all know and love, Kwame. But yeah.
Kwame.
Yep. One of these kids. I'm gonna run mine back.
Okay.
All right. So my 1989 mixtape playlist. Well, I went with The Big Payback. Stop, Look, and Listen. Wrath of My Madness. Me, Myself, and I. Road to the Riches. Think About It by Special Ed. Funky for You. Went with Smooth Operator. I went to the DOC with Portrait of a Masterpiece. Went back to Cool G and went Truly Yours. I Got a Habit, a Cool C. Total Chaos. Step Into the AM. Have a Nice Day. Back to Queen Latifah with Dance for Me. The Grand Finale by DOC and others. No Delaying by Nice and Smooth. Jack of Spades. Glamorous Life. And then Knick Knack Paddywhack, again by EPMD and crew.
Yeah, that's a nice list right there.
Thank you.
That's a nice list right there. All right.
What you got?
My list as it goes. I got it made. Cha cha cha. Potholes in my lawn. Let the bass go. DLC. Kwame with the rhythm. EPMD, please listen to my demo. Back to DLC when it's funky enough. Back to EPMD with So What You Saying. Heavy D, rest in peace. We got our own thing. And rest in peace to Troy. Boogie on Productions, why is that? Kumo D, I go to work like a doctor. Kwame, Sweet Thing. MC Light again, Cappuccino. Kane, I get the job done. De La, Say No Go. LL, Jingling Baby. Light, Shut the F Up. Antoinette, Who's the Boss. Jungle Brothers, JB's Coming Through. DOC, The Formula.
Nice. 89 is the number. Yes, sir.
We ain't even say 1989.
I was sitting there thinking when I said that. Wow. And it's crazy. I think about the when we did running back, which we haven't done in a while. We did running back. That actual joint right there was probably my top. It's one of my favorites that we did. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. Yeah. But dope list, man. It's gonna be fun breaking this joint down come Wednesday. It's gonna be definitely fun breaking this joint come Wednesday. And it's gonna be some hard decisions. I didn't think it was gonna be hard as it was, but thinking about some of the stuff on your list and then looking at mine, I know we got a couple of things that we probably think is obvious, but there's gonna be some other ones we'll be trying to fill maybe a couple of spots. It's gonna be tough. We're talking about the love for these songs. It's gonna be tough.
Yep.
Indeed. So, so we'll do 89 on Wednesday. And I think we got a couple of more that's out there that we just never did, and I guess we'll get those in, and then we'll figure out what else we doing once we run through all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and I got some ideas I'll share with you later.
Okay.
On that, man. But you feel good about your list? I think your list is fire.
Yeah, it started to get shaky. Not shaky.
Yeah.
To the end. It didn't get shaky.
Yeah.
It just was, not thought out.
It's hard when you just either you're trying to fill slots or you're really being true about how much you really like a song. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was telling you, I hit you with the 15 or 20 question. And as I got in here last night and as I was watching the game and that music in the background, I was sitting there and I started picking through. I said, no, I can do 20 easy. And then I thought about it again. I know for a fact there's 7 to 8 of these joints easy that Source gonna definitely have on his list too. Then you start looking at the pool, the rest of the pool of pulling from. I was like, how much do I really, really like these other songs? Like, can I classify them as favorites? And it was tough, but I, stayed true for the most part on,
Word. Good list.
Fire list, no doubt. Enjoyed that, man. You got anything else on the hip hop front?
I do not.
I don't have much, man. It's not. We talking about. We talked about a couple of new albums. Because I haven't listened to Kwame yet, and I'll listen to that today. I'll get that in today. A couple of people had albums. We had not a whole lot in the hip hop world. I mean, people following the radio station drama that's been going on with Flex and DJ Enough. First, both of them was gone. Now Flex is supposedly staying, moving time slots. Enough said they thought that was his man. Supposedly people saying that Flex got him fired. Like, it's crazy, I mean, we listen to it down here. I can imagine New York, like what the buzz really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Terrible thing. Hate to see it for DJ Enough. Salute to him, but I'm sure he will be good. Whatever.
I've heard some. I've heard some rumblings that he has some offers, not only on Sirius Radio but also at the what's the other station?
BLS.
Yes, that's what I've read. Now I haven't seen any confirmation, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. He's been in the game, what, 20-something? Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yep.
He'll be fine. So, but there was also some rumors too about Flex supposedly has gotten an offer on Sirius Radio too. So I don't know.
Them dudes. I mean, it was the easy money, and I get it. You got your benefits, I'm sure, and all that. But in this world now, when you already have a name, you don't need the machine to push you. Jump
No.
out there, create a podcast, and get all them sponsors you gonna get, and go.
Whoever thought this is the point we would be at, you can just do all of that. Get sponsors, get paid. Shout out again. Frequently brought up when you talk about podcasts. Shout out Jay and Jada, man. I mean, say what you want about Jay and Jada, whether you like them, Joe capping, cutting everybody off, but the numbers are steady creeping, and then they're getting some decent guests on that,
man. Yeah, they're getting great guests. Getting great guests. Shoot.
Yeah, so shout out to them, man. Out there doing that thing. Let me see here. Now we can take that then. But if we have nothing else on the hip hop front right now, might as well talk some women's basketball. We haven't done that in a minute, Source. We haven't done it in a minute, and mainly because we've been concentrating on hip hop. We let the season play out a little bit, and here we are, less than 2 weeks on the calendar as far as the regular season. We're right about the 2-week mark.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have shaken out. There are some teams that have already clinched playoff spots. You have teams like the Lynx who have already clinched home court throughout. And there's still some very good basketball being played. But overall, man, so, how have you felt about this season up to this point?
I think it's been a great season, from all the eyes watching to all the conversation around the game itself. So many outlets are covering, like I told you before, I think I used to talk about WNBA a lot on social media. Now so many people talking WNBA. I'm like, ain't no need for me to keep talking about it because it's already a million people that's doing it. Or now a million people that's doing it. So but that's dope. That's dope to see different people talking about, caring about the WNBA. So love to see that.
Dang.
The games have been competitive. Got teams that we didn't expect to be at the top, near the top. And all this is done without a lot of Caitlin Clark, which is a lot of people's entry point to the game.
It's still a lot of Caitlin Clark because they fan her sitting on the bench just as much as they do the game itself.
They do. You would think she was playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how she in every conversation, but she ain't played half the games. But anyway, but yeah, it's been a really good season overall, and a lot of players have been showing out. And yeah, the MVP race is crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that for sure in a minute. You mentioned Caitlin Clark. The one thing that's come up in the past couple of weeks, and it was funny to me to see the discuss from a lot of people, and also the Caitlin fans, diehard fans, actually arguing amongst themselves. It's crazy. They're arguing with everybody else who got something to say about Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. I've seen legit arguments about Caitlin Clark's new logo. These people, it was like Clark on Clark crime, especially on Twitter. These folks were going, oh, you just we finally she gets something, whatever, and you guys just want to shoot it down. All this, that, and third. I'm a Caitlin fan. They could have done better with that. I bet you she didn't pick it. How she didn't pick the logo? And I'm sitting there like,
they beefing
Clark on Clark crime, bro.
They beefing about the logo.
They beat Clark fans beefing about the logo. I'm like, them popcorn joints. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was a big deal to people. I don't think the logo was that bad. I forget that one singular picture I don't have it here with me. But I do have a joint here that shows all the logos so far. Right? So, of course, Caitlin Clark's logo is at the top now. Could have been better, maybe, probably, but that's a logo. I don't think it's that horrible. But again, I like Caitlin Clark, but I'm not a Caitlin Clark, apologist. Like it, it's what it is. I mean, put that on a couple of sweat jackets or whatever on the logo. It's gonna be fine. I mean, y'all calm down, bro.
Yeah, it ain't that serious.
Man, y'all out here, y'all supposed to stick together. Y'all out here tearing each other apart, man. Like, of course we see her joint. Nike came out with the joint for her. We see Angels, which I think Angels is doing. I seen Angels Johnson on some clothing and some of the colors they hooked it up, man. It's pretty nice.
Right.
Nike came out, with the jump for Asia. We know Sabrina. Sabrina's had hers. And we know hers is definitely inspired by the college she went to. If you look how the lettering is, you've seen some of Oregon's. You've seen some of the lettering out there. Well, Phil Knight, I should say Phil Knight. That's right. Phil Knight right there. So, and then your girl Bree, she got a kind of weird joint, but I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'll rock it. So, it is what it is. Are you surprised this year? We're talking about popularity, man. Like, are you surprised at the amount of males that are wearing these women's brands and clothing?
Yeah. Yeah, because, it's hard to get dudes to do anything that's led by a woman. So wearing a woman's shoes, or that's why it's such a big deal when you see these players doing the same thing, wearing shoes, wanting shoes. Because if the shoes are dope, they dope. So I don't know what the problem is.
Quite a few males in the SBP. Every time I post one of the sneakers, because we be promoting, bro. We be promoting, and because I know we got some ladies in the group. Shout out to Sonya, especially. They go hard for sneakers. So every time a sneaker drop, especially if it's Nike, but I post it on the page when I see it, right? And the amount of males that we have in the group that comment on not only how dope you are, but actually own pairs.
Right.
Who was it? Was it Bruce Puck? Somebody, Bruce or Reggie? Somebody said the other day that I had put one of the shoes up there. I don't know if it was might have been Age's latest color, and he was like, "Yo, they ain't that comfortable to hoop in, but I still sport them Jones when I'm out and about."
Right.
I'm saying, okay. And then somebody else commented. So I think it's dope. It's dope. We're seeing the league grow source to the point where we're seeing NBA players not only attend the games, but are wearing these sneakers to the game.
Right.
We seen Devin Booker out there. I've seen them out there. I saw Jimmy Butler. Somebody else I saw the other day. I can't think of who it was. Was that one of the games? They're out here sporting. Oh, we've seen Ja Morant. These folks are out there sporting these ladies' sneakers. I think it's dope.
Yep.
Which one of these? So we talked about the season, man. The season being, coming to an end, of the regular season coming to the end. So it's a fight for these 8 playoff spots. Like I say, some have already locked them up. The current picture as of about a day ago. Now, this doesn't include the games that were played last night. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we've got the Lynx sitting there at number 1. Vegas has made a crazy climb at number 2. Atlanta 3. Mercury at 4. And then you see the rest as they start to fall in line here, right? It's getting down. It's getting down. We've had teams that have not been good the past couple of years challenge all of a something like the Sparks are just right outside of that, and they've had a recent fall. They're sitting there, I believe, at like 17-20 or 17-21 right now. But that bottom is going to be crazy. The watch has been on for Indiana, with all the injuries they've had. It's been beyond crazy. And the fact that they're still sitting there hovering around a playoff spot. What's the most surprising to you about this, or, good or bad, about this overall situation where teams are sliding or sitting as far as the playoffs going to the end of the season?
The most surprising is that it took so long for the Vegas Aces to do something. But they shot up I know as of recent they have won 12 games straight.
Yes.
So that was surprising that it took this long for them to get that type of motion, to be honest. But they're still nowhere near Minnesota. So yeah, Vegas is my biggest surprise. Shout out to the Valkyries though,
Yeah.
being brand new to the league and out here trying to be in the playoffs. I think 4 spots have been locked up, right? 4 spots are
Yep.
locked.
Yep.
So we still got to lock these last 4, but the Valkyries are in it. So shout out to them.
Nobody told them they weren't supposed to be good this year. Nobody told them.
Yep. And that's without their all-star.
You're not supposed to be winning games. Yeah. And then, probably the first or second best player they lose, and I'm like, they're about to fall off the map now. And here they are still challenging for a playoff spot. I think for me, out of all these teams, of course, would be Atlanta. The Atlanta Dream, man. Atlanta Dream been playing some ball. I've seen so many of their games this year. And I wondered bringing in all the pieces that they did. Because we see teams bringing a bunch of pieces, sometimes, and they don't really fall the way you would think they would fall because all these players are good. I think Seattle is a victim of that, what I'm talking about now. I thought what Seattle has done and the players they brought in, they're still tough, but they've had some hard time. They had some nights they look really good. They had some nights they've gotten the brakes beaten off of them. But they're still sitting here at in the 7th spot. They're sitting right there. But the Atlanta Dream, really good, man. Really good. And they can play inside, outside. Brianna Jones's resurgence is crazy. Mm-hmm. The way they were able to bring in BG. And because I was worried about her carving out a role and accepting it. And she's been more than accepting of it. Averaging just under 10 points a game, still a defensive presence. Gets it in when she needs to get it in. You got dogs and Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard out there. I mean, the team is a good defensive team, which has led to a lot of their success. But they're the team that's probably surprised me the most on the positive side out of any squad so far this year.
Yeah, they balling. Been balling all season. You thought it was a fluke that they were just hanging around near the top.
Yeah,
early, but they still right there.
I think Seattle is hard for me to judge because I've watched Seattle look really good, and then when they made this move and got Brittany Sykes, and I'm like, whew, yeah. We talk about a team that's going to be sitting right there in the top 5, and they've had some ups and downs. And I don't know if it's just figuring it out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, NECA been doing her thing. Skylar been doing her thing. They've been decent defensively. And then, I don't know if you caught this. I don't know how much you've been paying attention to it. But the Rook, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Remember, I said at the beginning when we first started this, that I said, give her in a couple of years, she's going to be one of the top players in the WNBA. I've been telling people, and asking people like, okay. And then they see how slow she started off. Have you seen her this past month?
Yeah, she doing what I guess we expected her to do.
Yeah. 13 games played in the month of August. She scored double figures in 9 of
them.
Yeah, so
she forcing people's hand too.
Yeah,
you gotta make a decision.
Yeah, and I think the decision is gonna be a hard one, is because of Ezzy, and I would love for them to be together, but you don't know what's going to happen after this season. I mean, Ezzy's a good piece,
right?
Especially defensively, but trying to figure out how to play the two of them, one on the court, take one off the court, or even playing them together. They have to make a decision that they probably don't want to make.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, but I'll take Ezzy though.
For real.
Yes, sir. Gabby Williams been a dog defensively. Out here just picking everybody's pocket. It just seems like to me though, this team right here should be top 5 to 4 or 5 team, and they just slipped a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like they right where they supposed to be. I mean, a little higher would be nice, but then you look at who's in front of them, you're like, yeah, you know, it's tough
What
sledding.
up? What up, cuz?
Cause
Yeah, he know what time it is. FSU, baby. Yeah, it's all good. We was talking about that earlier, man. Feels good, man. Feels good today. What else we got? We'll get to MVP. Let me ask you this. Who would be your first pick for most improved player?
first pick, probably Veronica Burton.
Good pick. Good pick. Good pick. I'm probably, might sound crazy to some people. I'm probably saying it's Angel Reese. That's just me. I think it's Angel Reese, man. Angel Reese still has a ton of flaws in her game, but watching Angel now, from watching Angel last year, is almost night and day. And I just talking about the numbers. Offensively, she's not the most sure-handed. She gets a little lackadaisical with the ball. But if you watch her around the rim now, though, it's a little glitchy still, but it's a little different. It's like when you truly see somebody who honestly is working on their game and taking their game seriously. And I'm sure now Tyler Marsh will have something to do with the role that he's put her in, but right. It's working. When you're leading your team for most of the season, she's led the team in all 3 major categories, for the most part. She's been first or second in scoring pretty much the entire season. And I ain't saying much for that squad, but she has. Rebounds is obvious. You know what I'm saying? She's been in the top 2 for most of the year in assists, right? For most of the year. Then, of course, there's a steal game and the block game. Her game, watching her from last year, even from the beginning of this season to now, if you can't see an improvement, I don't know what you've been watching. It's just been crazy. So we will see what year three brings. If this is any indication, the league, if you ain't taking notice, you might want to start taking notice. I'm not saying she's going to be a number 1 on the squad, but I'm just telling you, this ain't the same Angel from last year. She'd get my vote.
Okay.
She definitely would get my vote.
I figured you was going to say Nas Hillman.
Who? Oh, I got love for Nas. And I didn't bring her up when in Atlanta, but I got mad love for her. She's the type of player that I love on my squad. It's like, Laney Hamilton, but now those type of players. You know what I'm saying? They can do it all on any given night, which I do believe is one of the reasons, outside of the injuries and the ins and out, that the New York Liberty has dropped. They can't get it together because it's Jones out, then it's Stewie out, no Benaja all season, which was the real glue to what they accomplished last year. Sabrina's missed some games in and out where she hasn't played, but bringing in Emma Messman, then that's a plus. I think in playoff time they're gonna need every bit of that. But
definitely
the inability to keep their stars and then not having their glue has been big. In what the I don't want to say the downfall, but some of the shortcomings of New York.
Yep, I agree.
All right, let's get to this MVP. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. First of all, before we get into the obvious 3, I'm going to bring up 2 names that have been floating around that we know for a fact they're not going to win the MVP, but we can't let this go without giving these 2 people love. And I think it's these 2 right here. Of course, I'm going to give Alicia love anyway. You know what time it is. That's my girl right there. What she's done to help do in Atlanta, it's been truly amazing. But, man, girl, Kelsey Mitchell, whew, beyond fire, man. And one of the reasons they've been able to stay afloat. with the absence of Caden and Clark, and then of course the absence of everybody else. They're starting to lose. Mitchell has been on fire. Indiana fans would definitely tell you they want to put her in the MVP conversation. I ain't mad at you for bringing her up, but these two right here deserve a lot of love for what their team's been able to accomplish despite whatever circumstances this year.
Yeah, it was crazy. It is crazy to see Alicia Gray jump into that lead role for real, because she always been a piece,
Mm-hmm.
But now she is leading. Part of that, I mean, it was her and Ryan kind of together, but then Ryan had been out multiple times, and Alicia was still doing her numbers, and the squad's near the top, but the third right now. So yeah, Alicia Gray definitely deserves some love in that conversation.
And shoot, what is Kelsey with number 3 or 4 in scoring in the league? She's top 5 right now. I think she's number 3 as of last week. I think she's number 3.
She just broke the single season record for points for a player for the Fever. So yeah, she's third right now.
She's third. Crazy, man, crazy work, and still in the mix for the playoffs. So
yep.
Shout out to Stephanie Whitener for getting up. You mentioned Alicia Gray. I think some of the reason too is I think what's the coach? Carl Smesko, I think his name is. Yeah, he's realized he's kind of given Alicia the green light, but he's kind of realized the role that she needed to fill. But I think he had a vision when he hired him late last year, and I think the vision is working.
Yeah, they
got a nice there, whether she own or not, he let her do her thing.
Yeah, they got a nice squad all the way across the board.
Indeed. But so, and then there were 3, and I think it's obvious. So, who these 3 are, and if you ask most people, they had it. FISA or MV as people were calling her, had this thing locked up before the injury that kept her out for a while. And when she had that injury during that time period, last year's MVP, 3-time winner, A'ja Wilson, just went ham. Yeah. I mean, has gone ham out here. The numbers are ridiculous. Staking her claim. Then, of course, we can't deny what Alyssa has been doing either. She has broke her own single season WNBA record in triple doubles. What's she up to 7 now? And a team that is firmly sitting in what they're in the 4th spot, I believe.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Yep.
I think the race has definitely tightened. Whether it's fair or not about what happened to Collier and whether or not that should factor in people's that's not for me to decide. But I would be willing to say, even with her injury, these 2 beside her here have still been doing their thing, man. So it's a tough one. What you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be questionable whatever happens, because a lot of the same people arguing for A'ja Wilson were already arguing for A'ja Wilson when the team was 1 game above 500 back in like 7th place. I'm like, dog, how you trying to put an MVP? They barely over 500. You wanted to be the MVP? I don't care how many points you score. They stink. But how you gonna be the MVP? Meanwhile, you're just looking at Fee, who is leading her squad, who is the heartbeat of the squad. Like they play like her personality, basically. They play as she plays, and she's the leading scorer. And they only had 5 losses at that time. That was a couple weeks ago. They only had 5 losses. Everybody else had at least 12. I'm like, what are we even discussing? If it's close and one team is way better, it's going to be the best player off the best team, or should be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now, with A'ja going crazy for the last, she's been going crazy all season, but particularly for the last couple of weeks, and then winning 12 in a row. Even I, who has thought it was Fee the whole time, I can see the argument. I still feel like there was that barely over 500 So, I mean, what are we giving her credit for just this last 2 weeks? Or what are we doing exactly? When somebody
I,
else has been doing their thing the whole season until they went out with an injury, but their team was still way better than
I
anybody else in the
agree.
league.
I agree, bro. But this is what you also, well, I'm looking at, right? It was definitely fee for me, hands down, until we got to August and things started to change. So you mentioned them actually being in seventh place. Shoot, bro, they was in eighth place, and there was a point
Yeah.
they were in eighth place, and they were sitting there with a losing record. Like they were like July, they played 11 games, they barely was over five. They were 6-5.
Hmm.
They turn around and lose their first game in August, and then they run off 12 straight. So they made a move from 8-2, mainly
Which
speared by
crazy.
AJ Wilson.
Crazy.
Now we go back to fee. You know, I'm not one to be punishing people. We talk about this in football all the time. We talk about who's the best quarterback or who has what, right? For having better players. I don't know if that's the case here, but or the way the teammates are playing. But the Lynx was whipping behind a majority of the games that Fee was gone. They were still winning games. They were doing work. I'm sitting there and watched them blow out a couple of spots. Like they were doing work without Fee. And to me, not to take anything away from Fee, but this kind of tightens it. It makes it more interesting for me, right? You know, when a team, I don't mean just win games and be good. When a team still sits in first place and you miss all that time and they're out there handling business, I think this definitely strengthens the case for Asia to be right there, right there. A traumatic run of 12 straight. You come from the eighth spot to number 2, and your main opponent when it comes to this is out due to no fault of her own, and their team's still out there handling business. I think we got to look at that. That's just me.
Yeah.
Handling business hard, not barely winning. Handling business.
That's fair.
So, and look, it ain't Kylie's fault that you know what I'm saying. You know, Kayla McBuckets and Williams and them out there doing it. It ain't her fault. I'm just saying, and they're gonna be a problem for the Aces, Liberty, whoever they play in the playoffs. Gonna be a problem. All of them on the court. It is what they are the favorites. They should hands down be the favorites. But I just think we can't overlook that. I think her case had been a little bit better on my end, as if the Lynx struggled a little bit while she was gone. You know?
I mean, is it better for your team to still be good while you're out, or is it better for your team to be 500 when you're playing great? I don't know.
That's a tough. I think AJ has really closed this gap like tremendously.
Yeah,
I think there was a gap. I think there was a real gap. I don't mean a couple. I think there was a real gap. Let me tell you what's even crazy. We're talking about crunching these numbers and how close this race would be, right? We're talking about what the teams accomplished. As of today, both Fee and Asia are both averaging exactly 23.4 points, exactly to the number. They both are averaging 3.1 on the assists. We just know Asia, got 10 rebounds. Kylie got 7. That don't really make a difference in that. But it's just crazy that those numbers are down. We're down to the number on those other two categories.
Right.
Not 23.5 and 23.4. You know what I'm saying? Not 23.8, 23.4 a game for both of them.
It's pretty wild.
This is going to be crazy. This is going to be even crazier if it comes down to as tight as we think it's going to be. And then, of course, we get a matchup in the playoffs. Woo.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so interesting enough. And I think it's a couple of games on the day. I think the Wizards, and I forgot what the schedule is, but it's a couple of games on the day though, so I'll peep to see what's going on with those, man. But shout out to the Lynx, 31-8 overall, #1 seed, and we showed you the standings on the rest of them. So buckle up, man, because that bottom, those other 4 spots, is about to be a real battle for those. It's gonna be interesting to see. Hopefully, we don't have any more injuries, but hopefully, we get the other 4 out of the best, and then give us a fantastic playoff.
Yeah.
In that, so, and that is pretty much it. Because next week we own the football. I will say this though, Shorts, and I didn't take this into account, and we don't have to get deep into them because we're gonna discuss come Sunday anyway with it happening. But by the time we play, well, we have our first pod next week. There will have been 2 games. There will have been 2 games. So, of course, we have the Cowboys and Eagles. And then who's the there's a Friday game, right? I'm pretty sure it's a Friday game. Let's see. I believe they put a Friday game this year.
There was one last year because the Eagles played on Friday against Green Bay.
Yep. The Chiefs and Chargers.
Yeah. Chiefs
and Chargers. So we're gonna have a couple of games to talk about, some things to talk about. Before we even get into the NFL season picks or whatever, remains to see. We may have a guest or 2 next week. I don't know yet. We shall see. But if not, we will do our thing. And recap was already happened, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready. And about you? You ready for the NFL season?
Not really, but
I mean, of course, when you won some rings, be champions, you can just be nonchalant about it. I mean,
we'll see how it goes. But always looking forward to the NFL. I'll be looking forward to it more when I feel a little better, I think.
Yeah. And we understand it. Hopefully you're feeling good by Thursday night. And I got a feeling if you're still under the weather, by the end of Thursday night, you're probably still gonna be feeling good. You probably feel better then. But we're gonna see.
I hope so. We gonna see.
And I ain't gonna feel no kind of way one way or the other because it is what it is. I mean, it is. But just week 1 is a game. We're just getting into this, and it is. What
you ain't got nothing to say about Michael Parsons.
I was gonna say that till Sunday because it's no biggie to me. Like it's no. I don't really feel any way about it or one way or another. Like I don't. You understand the organization I deal with, and when you understand who the owner is and the possibilities. Some Cowboy fans will never grasp this concept. They may never get there, and that's fine because that's them. I've been telling you for the past couple of years, I will no longer allow them to stress me one way or another. You should have known that when I was years ago. How long I've been telling folks about number 4?
Yeah.
I will not allow it to happen. I'm not. So, this, it's news. It's news. It could work out. It could work out good. It could just work out to be. I'll just say this. I don't think there's anything about them trading Michael Parsons that we're going to be able to come back 2 years from now, and you're going to definitively be able to say that you shouldn't have traded him.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm advocating for trading him. I would rather him still be a Cowboy, but I'm not losing my mind over it. Right. I don't think, you may be able to pick out a couple of 2 or 3 years from now that they didn't do squat with the picks. But even then, I don't think there's anything definitive based on where the Cowboys are and their needs defensively and amongst other things that you can definitively say that they definitely shouldn't have done this.
Right.
That is, if we would have kept him, that would have been the reason that we are sitting in a NFC Championship game. Let me say that. There's nothing. We got too many problems as it is.
Hmm.
So So, but I am looking forward to him in Green Bay. I'll say that. I'd much rather him been traded to the opposite division, opposite conference. But I'm not bad at the situation overall with him being in Green Bay. I hope he flourishes there. I hope he gets busy. I say that.
Word.
All right. What you got for the people, man? We ain't gonna hold you. Know you want to go back and chill out a little bit. Hopefully, you get to watch some football today. That's what you choose to do. But college,
well, I don't have nothing. I guess I got the bar site for Monday. Tomorrow is 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last one though, because I don't know why I started anything on Monday, knowing that the NFL was around the corner. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Let people come in, kick their bars, whatever they want to do tomorrow. That'll be the end of that, at least for now. Then we got Beat Site for Wednesday. Every Wednesday is 7. Of course, Prime and I on at 6 every Wednesday with the SBP favorite 10 list that we create in real time. Then at 7, we got Beat Site for Wednesday. I think I might have 2 guests, might have no guests. We'll see what happens. And yeah, that's it for me.
So make sure y'all tune in. Like I say, Source, and he mentioned to you about Wednesday. We'll go in probably about an hour-ish. Then we do have a couple. Next Sunday, we're talking football. I think we still have, at least a couple of mixtapes still to make, though, out of the ones we already did, I believe.
Right.
We'll get to, I guess we'll keep you tuned, keep you tuned on that. And we'll get to those, even though the next few Sundays we won't be doing any hip hop on Sundays. That's what we've been doing. We keep it abreast of. Then we got some other things we're gonna talk about too, doing once we run out of those, if the source is down with it. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. If you thank for everybody who checked us out, man. I see some people over on YouTube, whether on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. This is what you need to look for right here. This is what it looks like. It's DSBP. That's a Sports Bar Podcast. What that stands for. You see this symbol, this logo here. This is what you look for over on YouTube. You can also find that over on Facebook. There's a DSBP. That is the group on the Sports Bar Podcast. And that's also on the SBP TV page. It's all the same. They're all linked. Please click on it, come through, subscribe, tell your people to come through, add them, all that stuff, and let's have some fun. If you want to join the show as a guest to talk up some sports, especially football, hit us up. We'll be looking for guests throughout the season. And I know we're going to have a couple, some of the usual suspects, but we'd like to see some more people come through. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Forward to that. We're not experts, people. We just giving our 5 cents. So we're looking for that. So you ain't got to agree with us, but we're gonna say what we're gonna say and feel how we feel. But all right. But till the next time, till next Sunday, then when we kick it off, I'm Prime and that's Source. And we are up out of here. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.